Welcome once again to the New Hope City Update. The mayor is with us, Kathi Hemken. How are you today, Mayor?
Hi, Dave. Just fine, thank you.
Thanks for being with us today. We have a lot to talk about in the city of New Hope. Let's start with a recent discussion at a council meeting regarding group homes. Take us back to that discussion and tell us where we are with it today.
We had quite a few neighbors coming in around a couple of the group homes that we have in New Hope. And I just want to assure them that we heard them, and my community development department, my police department, our city attorney, and Hennepin County are all working together to address those problems. These things take a long time to get addressed and taken care of, but please know that we're doing something. And thank you so much for calling us and letting us know, coming in. Sometimes when you just send an email, it doesn't always go through, and so we don't know about it. So we really do appreciate when people call 911 or actually call one of the council members and tells us what's going on. And of course, coming to the council meetings is always encouraged. So thank you, residents, for doing that.
Very good. And we'll follow up on that on a future time together here. I get your calendar out. We have a lot going on coming up in August and even before that in the city of New Hope. The first one is August 3rd, Mayor. What happens on that special night each year?
Well, this is the first Tuesday in August. National Night Out, or Night to Unite, is coming back. So I will be driving around with the police chief. They don't let me drive the car, though. The police chief and the city manager, visiting as many of the parties as we can. You should register your party so that the police chief knows where they are. If you want somebody to stop by, like the K9 or me, or a big dump truck or a fire engine, you can indicate that on the form that you fill out. And if you get that filled out before the 9th of July, you'll get a party pack. These meetings or these National Night Out groups can be as simple as just a bunch of neighbors sitting in a lawn chair sharing a beverage, or it could be a potluck or a movie you're showing, anything to get your neighbors together.
Very good
It's
idea.
Good.
Yep, city's website on the bottom of the screen, newhopemn.gov, if you want to find out that information about signing up. Let's talk about Fridays throughout the summer, special treat with some food trucks. Where can we go to get some of this great food?
So right outside City Hall on Xylon and about 43rd, there'll be 4 to 5 food trucks there every Friday from 11 to 2. You just go to the food truck, get your whatever you're having for lunch, walk over to the pavilion, eat it in a nice shaded spot, and makes your day. So those food trucks will be there through September.
Very good. And last note for your calendar is August 11th, the tradition of the city coming back this year. What's happening with the fire department? Well,
the fire department is recruiting. And on August 11th, they're having a barbecue and an information session at Fire Station 3. That's the one that's in New Hope. So the requirements, I talked to the chief this morning, the requirements are you have to be over 18, you have to have a valid driver's license, you have to have graduated from high school, and live within 6 minutes of a fire station. Now that includes Station 3, but also the 2 fire stations that are in Crystal. So from 6 to 8 on the 11th of August, barbecue and information. And the fire chief said to remind people that are interested to bring their families, because the fire department is really a family affair and they want to keep it that. So anyway, it's a nice barbecue and there'll be lots of firefighters there to talk to. And if you're interested, you could also go to their website, and I think you're going to put that on the screen for them. They can go to the website to get some more information, or they can always call the fire department or call me and I'll give more to them.
Great way to give back to the community. Moving ahead on other things happening in the city, community safety grant from a great partner within the city. Tell us a little bit more about this.
So every year, the Centerpoint Energy offers grants. So we applied for a grant. We got $2,500. And that money is going to go to buy safety equipment at the Aquatic Park. And some of that money will go to West Metro Fire for their home safety survey program.
Great. All right. Let's talk about the Rave Awards. We've mentioned it a few times, and now is really the time to get out and take some pictures and show what's going on in and around your home. How does this contest work?
Well, the rave, it doesn't stand for anything other than you're raving about the property.
Yeah.
It's meant to highlight the properties in New Hope where the residents have done a little extra to fix up their yards or the interior of their houses. We've only got 2 applicants so far, and the deadline is the 23rd of July to nominate somebody. You can nominate yourself, you can nominate your neighbor, you can nominate your daughter-in-law. But not nominate somebody that's done something extraordinary around their house.
And again, the city's website, the place to go to do that nominating. City Services Survey, residents have seen something come out. That's the survey once again. Why is this so important to the city, and how long does it take to fill out this survey?
The survey doesn't take long at all, maybe 5-10 minutes.
Right.
It was sent out with your water bill. If you don't get a water bill, like if you live in an apartment or you just, for whatever reason, don't get a water bill, you can go online and fill out that survey. You can go into City Hall and pick one up. So you have until September to do that. If you have a comment to write on that survey, either good or bad, those comments will immediately go to the department heads. So if you have a suggestion about something Public Works might be doing, that information will immediately go to Public Works so they can address it as soon as they get that. So the survey is really a way for the citizens to tell not only the council, but staff what's going on and what they would like to see different, or compliments are always appreciated. That staff works pretty hard.
Very good. Great way for community feedback. So be looking for that survey and please do participate. Scattered site housing. We've got a number to run through. Again, a lot happening in this area in the city. The first is on 42nd and Louisiana. How are things coming along there?
That's the one right, that was the house right behind Cook Automotive. So the fencing is up, the driveway's in. That should be going on the market real soon.
Two others that are in about the same spot. We've got Aquila and Pennsylvania. Give us the update on those two.
Well, both of those, the properties has been cleared. We've agreed to contractors that will build the house on both of them. I gotta look that up.
Great Buy Homes, it looks
Thank
like.
you.
You bet.
Thank you. Great Buy Homes is going to be one of the developers and Donna will be the other one. So we've agreed to both of those developers, and now the purchase agreements for the lots will happen in the next month or two. That takes a while, like any thing you're signing on a house takes time.
Okay.
After that's done, they figure they should have the houses started yet this summer, and they have until the 1st of January of 2022 to get those built.
Very good. Final note under scattered site is the house on 47th, and a lot of activity happening here by some great community partners.
That house is a Habitat for Humanity house, and two churches, New Hope Church and St. Joe's Church, have had volunteer groups working on that. There's a gentleman by the name of Jason, and I believe you have the number. You'll put that up on the screen. If you'd like to volunteer the week of the 12th of July, they're looking for volunteers. You don't have to be good at anything. If you happen to be good at plastering or painting, that's wonderful. If not, there's things to pick up, things to sweep, food to help serve. There's all kinds of volunteer activities to get that house ready for its new residents.
Great way for the community to help out. Business networking group, big meeting coming up here rather quickly if you're watching this early on, but it will also promote one coming up in August. What's happening with this group?
The first one is in July on the 7th, and that will be with Open to Business. That one's going to be via Zoom because they want to test out how the interaction is between Open to Business and the person that might have some interest in that.
Great.
So that might be really fun to listen to that. If you've got a new business that you're thinking of starting, they can help you do a business plan. They can help you find loans to get that business started. The other one is August 4th. And that one's going to be, we haven't decided yet whether that's going to be online or in person, but we do know after September, all of the Open to Business will be in person, whether they're outdoors or inside will be determined by the hosts of those meetings. They're really interesting. You can exchange business cards. You can interact with some of the other businesses that are in the community. Really a vital part of our community.
Definitely is. Building permits and inspections, just one note to pass along here. We talked about the Spanish Immersion School a few times. What is the latest with that school and the process there?
Whoops. Okay, sorry,
you're back.
I'm back. And well, Escuela Exitos is the Spanish Immersion School on 47th and Zealand. They've got the permits, the building permit and the mechanical permit. They're doing some work inside, so you'll see some stuff going on. You'll see dumpsters sitting outside because stuff is it's a construction site.
Right. And
stuff is being done. So keep an eye on that. They're still looking to probably open this September. haven't heard yet if they're going to be able to do that.
All right, we'll keep people up to date. To the police department, a few updates here. Body worn camera training now taking place. What happens with this training?
Well, all the training has been taking place that they're going to do. The next thing they want to make sure is the connection is okay with Lotus and with Solution Builders. Those are the IT folks that control the data where it goes. So once that's done, and it should be in next week, the body cameras will go on the police officers, and they'll know the rules about when they're to have them on, which is all the time. And so we'll be having those body cameras up and running pretty quick.
Another note from the police department is police officer interviews. How is that process moving along, and what are you hoping to do in the city of New Hope?
Well, we were looking for a couple officers. We ended up having 17 applicants that were actually gone forward to the next interview. So of those 17, we're ready to hire 2 right away. So that's really exciting that we're going to get 2 new officers. Typically, they go into a training probation period that lasts, I think it's 6 months, not positive. It could be a year, but it's quite a long time of training before they become a quote real officer. But they'll be sworn in then.
All right, we'll keep you up to date. Street sweeping, a little activity in Public Works. When are these sweepers coming back out?
Well, there's 2 kinds of sweepers. There's the ones we hire that sweep the whole city, and they do that twice a year. And then we have our own street sweeper that can't, of course, do the whole city, but what they are doing is going around the streets that are near the ponds and the lakes to try to get some of that sand and debris before it goes into the lake. So they're busy sweeping the little streets around Meadow Lake Park, Northwood Park, those areas.
Right. Other Public Works note, those that play volleyball are going to like to hear this. Where are volleyball poles going up?
Well, at Civic Center Park, they're putting new posts up. And so the volleyball nets will be a little more secure once they get those posts up. Public Works does so much stuff that people don't even notice. They're always just trimming trees, they're cutting lawns, they're doing all this other stuff. Usually the stuff I talk about with you is those special little things that are happening.
Yep, very good. All right, some other projects to update you on. It's that time of the year where a lot of work going on the streets and under the streets. Let's begin with talking about some of the projects going around Oregon Avenue. What is happening here? And I understand a few interesting things being run into.
You know, it's kind of the Peter principle. If it could go wrong, it does.
Yeah.
So they're redoing these streets all around the park. And from Oregon, from 38th up to 42nd, they were relining the sewer. When they have to clean that out before they do the lining, when they went to clean it out, lo and behold, right about 42nd in Oregon, they found the pipe had deteriorated at the bottom. So now the company is trying to get a plan together on how to repair that pipe. We can't put the lining in when there's a deteriorated pipe, and we can't finish paving the streets until that pipe is fixed.
Sure.
So another delay. They can't get the wear coat down until we get that pipe fixed. So that's what's holding up everything right now, and we've got to get that pipe fixed before we finish up the project. So be patient, people around Lions Park. We're getting there.
All right, thanks for the patience. Liberty Park, let's talk about some of the lining happening there. This seems to be going well.
This one is going well. We found that lining the sewer pipes rather than digging up the streets and replacing them, when the pipes are in good shape, they put this liner in, sort of like the casing of a wiener. And they just kind of put it in, and it lines the pipe, and it really gives the pipe a few more years, so that we don't have to do this more often than we want to, because it's very expensive to do that. So around Liberty Park, the residents should be getting something in the mail that says there's going to be a little disruption in the neighborhood because we're lining the pipes, but the lining shouldn't be too disruptive at all.
Very good. Final note, under some projects happening, a rain garden project coming up by Meadow Lake. This sounds pretty exciting. Give us some of the background here.
We've gotten some money. We applied for a grant and gotten some money from Hennepin County to do a rain garden on a residential piece of property. So obviously the person that lives there has given the permission to do that. So that rain garden will be put in. The whole idea is to try to treat some of the water before it goes into Meadow Lake itself. And these rain gardens help to do that. And with this grant from Hennepin County, we're able to put that rain garden in, which is going to help the quality of the lake.
Very nice. Let's move over to Park and Rec. As you might imagine, during summertime, a lot happening here. We begin with a sport that maybe you wouldn't expect happening in summer, but it's basketball, and the camps are on.
The girls and boys camps are started. They're always kind of fun to watch, the various ages of the kids that are doing that. Summer balls, the summer softball and baseball that the little kids are doing, that's going well, moving right along. The dance program, apparently they have priority sign up, and we have 100 dancers. And these are the dancers that are re-signing up who have had dance classes before. Okay. Come August, the new dancers can start to sign up, and then the classes will begin in September.
Very popular program. How about music in the park? The Civic Park is a place to be to see some fine entertainment, and another group coming up rather quickly.
Well, Brass Menagerie is going to be playing on the 7th, Wednesday at 7 o'clock. That's a free concert. As I understand, Wednesday is supposed to be a spectacular day. So bring your lawn chair, bring your blanket, go and watch the music, listen to the music, and just enjoy one of the many things we're doing at. So that's at Civic Center Park, at that pavilion kind of in the back of the park.
All right, let's move over to Corner Park. We've talked about this a few times and been watching the progress. Here are some neat pictures about the next step, and this looks like a fun park to head to.
Oh, it does. This was all done with the help of the residents in the neighborhood. So we show them pictures of what we can afford. We know what the budget is, and they pick out what they think they want in the park. And then we have the designer from the company put it together into what the park's going to look like. And so now it's installed, and it's just about ready to open for the kids. So I'm guessing by the end of this week that you'll see kids on the park playing.
All right, something great to look forward to. Final couple notes about a few facilities in the city and Park and Rec. First is the golf course. How are things going there? How are they handling the weird temperatures we're having?
Well, the pond in the golf course, there's two ponds. The one by the 9th hole isn't very deep. It maybe I see the geese walking on the pond. So it isn't very deep, but it's covered with this green algae. Mm-hmm. So last week they went around and they sprayed for weeds around the park, and they sprayed some of the algae. Well, then lo and behold, it got really hot, and then it rained, which of course washed all the spray away. Sure. So there's still some green stuff on the park, on the lake, but it isn't quite as green as it was. There's a little lake showing. So it's going down.
All right. And final note, let's talk about the Aquatic Park. And you've got some numbers here as well. The attendance continues to be great.
It does. As of last Tuesday, a week ago, they've had 1,700 swimmers come through. So this is the second session now of the swim lessons that have started. So they're going on now. And of course, we're always looking for lifeguards. That seems to be everybody's dilemma right now with a pool.
All right, so get over there and enjoy that great outdoor facility. Well, that's an update of what's happening in the city of New Hope. Always a lot going on, and always go to the city's website, newhopemn.gov, to find out more. Mayor Hemken, thanks once again for your time. We look forward to talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for letting me share all that's going on.
Learn more about The Connection at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.